talk us through the first few rallies then. We're watching here, it seems everything's going into the back corners. Is that deliberate from you? What are you sort of trying to do there?
Very, very deliberate. You know, as I told you, I wasn't feeling as confident as I would have liked to coming to this event. I just played with Shorbagia as well, which takes a lot of emotional stress out of me. And I wanted to start this game well because for a few times now I've been playing with Diego, he would get up to a good lead in the first. So I had a plan with Karim Darwish before the match to elongate the first rallies, even if I have like a clear opportunity to go short, maybe not now, drag him to the back corners again. And then, you know, every time you're dragged to the front and then back again, maybe it doesn't feel like it's a win, but it's those marginal wins that after a while they take their toll on your opponent. And I think I did that well. Maybe a little too much. Maybe there were clear opportunities that I should have taken short, but overall I think it was the right tactic. I try to do everything that is obviously legal and ethical, but at the same time without being way too nice. Not necessarily in the sense of movement, but it's a feeling inside as well. When you're too nice, you're not, as Mike likes to call it, you're too cute. You know, you don't have that killing instinct. So you want to have that, no matter how much I love and respect my opponent, especially someone like Diego. It's something that you have to try and forget about and be as, like, look at this, for example. He also stood his ground, and I like that. There is nothing wrong with it. I might complain to the referee and see if it was a little bit extra and the referee can do anything about it. If not, then agree with the decision and go return the serve, you know. But I think this match was played in the perfect, that's a brilliant boast. I think it was a brilliant mix and balance between us being very fair, very ethical, very free-flowing, but also doing the utmost we can to win the match. We both had that killing feel on court, and that's why I think it was such a special match from the both of us.
I mean, you look at the accuracy there.
Brilliant.
Sort of.
Brilliant. I think he was a lot more clinical than I was for the first two games. You know, he was taking his opportunities a lot better than I was. I didn't necessarily mind it because I knew the rallies were still long. Like, look at this. He stood his ground as well. I asked for a lead, but the referee didn't agree, and I just had to accept it. And he did it again and again over the course of the match. And it's something that I have to work on and not give him opportunities there. But yeah, it's looking back at the match, yes, there are a few things I could have done better, but I don't think I could have done much better, to be honest. It's some of the best we both have played.
So here, for example, 3-6 down in the second. How conscious are you of the scoreboard at that point, and you to start sort of getting yourself into the game before it slips away, perhaps?
Very conscious, and I try not to be conscious, because once you start thinking about it, you start panicking, and okay, now it's either now or never. I start thinking, okay, Ali, what's your game plan? Think about the process, forget about the points. What's your game plan? And I said the game plan for the first game was to elongate the rallies, but here, Ali, okay, now take your opportunities. Like you saw in the previous rally, see, now this is not a good boast, but at least I'm taking the initiative, and I had to start taking the initiative. Otherwise, he was ahead of me in taking the initiative, and that was very dangerous. Again, here, you know, a tentative drop shot because I'm not one love up. I'm a little nervous, but I think the intent and the idea is good. I look at some of those rallies now, and I'm not sure how we stood. Oh wow! Oh, did I get that? Oh, it's 10-8 game ball. Yeah, I watched that. I was so happy and so relieved to see this one going to the 10. I might have retrieved the ball, but even then I would have been under a lot of pressure, and I knew that would make a big confidence, the change of momentum, I guess, into confidence, because he was obviously flying in confidence, being 10-7 up, and then I hit a good straight drop, I think, from the backhand volley, and then this rally was quite long, and I had to retrieve a lot of balls back, and the fact that he lost it and hit the 10, I thought, okay, this is my time now.
When a player starts trying to go for like drop shots from the back of the court,
yes,
do you then know that you've sort of got them in the place where you want them?
100%, but also you need to take a step forward on the tee. You don't want them to get an easy win out of those drop shots, because that will give them confidence. So you try to take that away from them because it's their last resort. If it doesn't go well, if it doesn't go well, then they probably don't have anything else to resort to. Oh yes, when I saw that going to the 10, I was too tired to even give it a yallah, because of how much discomfort we were both in. But I know he was a lot more uncomfortable than I was, and that gave me a lot of confidence. I could see him still very tired, and I said to myself, Ali, whenever you have an opportunity from the front two corners, pounce on it. Whether it's a short ball or like this, I should have pounced a lot more than this one. I remember the very last point of the fourth, I pounced on it and played a good heavy cross court, and that was what was really needed. And then something I forgot to mention as well is when Diego is tired or when any opponent is tired, you need to use height as well, because this extends like this one, but obviously this is not a good height, but it extends, it elongates the court, I guess, to your opponent, because they have to go to all different corners, and then stretching up when you're tired is not a fun feeling. So I know when they're tired and I'm not in position, then I have to use height, and I think that's something that helped me a lot. I remember this one, I pounced on a backhand shot on the front corner, and I played a heavy cross court that I think he didn't even run for. Yeah. Again, height, yeah, I agree with that. And then I think that's the one where I play yes. It starts getting, the chord starts getting longer and longer for the both of us, and if you can exploit that, you're going to be in a good position. Actually, I don't look at my opponents much between rallies, but I note in their squash right away. Like, if they're building up the rallies the way they should be, then I know they're still in a good physical state. If they're trying to go for easy wins, then or even like a movement like that, I know that they're really feeling it physically. So I don't really notice what they do between points.
Do you take that as encouragement then, where a player is sort of starting to fade? How does that feel for you?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing because you're feeling it as well, but it's again credit to my fitness trainer. Whenever I'm tired in a ghosting session or in a gym session or even a track session, he never allows me to show it. Like, I can't bend over, I can't flex my knees to show that I'm feeling it in my quads. Like, none of that. And that's what I resorted to here. Like, Ali, you're cramping up in your quads. There are those pulses and a little bit in my calves as well. But don't show anything. Show like you're standing up tall, like it's the beginning of the match. And this is going to play in their head, I hope. And I did that well, and that's why I was very, very proud coming off court. Oof, that's a good counter drop. It's one of his. I told him it's one of his. He does it so well. Yeah.
How does he receive that then, when he's 7-2 down in the fifth?
Again, I told you it was played at such a good spirit. Like, we were mini joking between rallies. That was not the first joke that I remember I hit a 10 off of a backhand volley in the third, and he said, why didn't you do that at 10-7 down in the second? Like, it was played in a good spirit. This is the monstrous rally that I think finished both of us. Like, I think had I lost it, even though I would have been still 8-5 up, momentum-wise, it would have made a big difference. But the fact that he hit the 10 at the end felt so relieving. And then here, my quad was gone. The left quad was completely gone. And you would see in the way I'm walking that I'm not bending it as much as I usually do. But again, I tried to hide it, and thankfully, he didn't. I hope that he didn't notice it.
When you look at him there and you make that eye contact, what's going through your mind then?
My quad. The only thing that's going through my mind, really, don't show it. Stay in there. And then I made the very beginner's mistake of sitting down, and that made the cramp a lot worse. See?
What's the feeling when that finally hits the tin and you know it's over?
It's so relieving. It's not even excitement or ecstasy anymore. It's not like you want to really go all out with a big scream. It's like, finally, this is over, and right away, I've been through something special here. It's something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.